Stephanie, a single mom who runs her own cooking and homemaking video blog on her new vlog. She tells viewers that her best friend, Emily Nelson, went missing 5 days ago, and Stephanie is helping the police with the investigation. She then tells how she and Emily first met each other a couple weeks ago. She met Emily when her son, Miles, had an International Food Day at school. She is the mother of Miles' classmate, Nikki, with whom they are good friends. Emily invites her to visit, where Stephanie discovers that she is the director of public relations for a fashion painting on the wall, and learns that it depicts Emily. She posed to pay for college, exhausting the painting in hopes of selling it when the author becomes famous. Emily talks about her relationship, saying she's frustrated by the failures of her husband, Sean, an English professor. And Stephanie reveals that she's a beleaguered single mom and her husband was killed in a car accident and is living on insurance money. Stephanie learns that Sean was once a writer and recalls reading his book for her research project at the university. While the women chat while sipping martinis, Sean comes home. Afterward, Emily tells Stephanie about her stressful routine due to her demanding job, which causes Stephanie to offer to help her pick up a certain after-school someone at her place the next day. Emily calls and asks to pick up a certain school. Stephanie takes him along with Miles to the park, where Emily shows up a short time later. Watching the kids play, Stephanie takes a picture of Emily reacting violently to something and asks her to delete the picture immediately, embarrassed. Stephanie changes in front of her and, arriving home, gives Emily a handmade bracelet as a gift, and then they sit down to chat with a glass of martini. Emily reveals that she and her husband invited his coworker over for dinner and dragged him to bed. In turn, Stephanie admits that she once got close to her half-brother, Chris, or laughs at her for something she did. After a while, Emily asks about taking Nick out of school to stay with her, saying that Sean is in London looking after his ailing mother who has been hospitalized. The Stephanies happily agree and take the children to their house in the evening. Because Emily has not been in touch for a long time, she smells something wrong and calls her office a few days later, but Emily's assistant says she has gone to Miami. She finally informs Sean of the situation, and he says he'll be back tomorrow to pick up. A certain Sean arrives at the house. Stephanie decides to call the police. The police suspect that the couple may have had a fight because Sean went to London, implying that he is having an affair with someone. Stephanie interrupts them and says that she knows the family well and that Sean couldn't have deceived Emily. While the police are questioning Sean, she learns that Emily has no family, and later that night, Stephanie tells him about how Emily reacted when she took the picture a few days ago. Sean says that Emily always does that and tells him that she once deleted his Facebook account when he posted a picture of them together. Since it's getting late, Stephanie suggests he stay until morning. The next morning, Stephanie wakes up with Sean and the kids chatting over a vegetable smoothie. She later shares the recipe on her video blog and updates her viewers on the case of Emily's disappearance and says that Sean is doing everything he can to find her. Arriving at Dennis Nyland's company, Stephanie asks him about Emily. Nyland says that he doesn't know why Emily went to Miami, and Stephanie begins to suspect that Nyland might be involved. So she sneaks into Emily's office and finds her picture hidden on her desk to make flyers about her being missing. Later, Detective Summerly informs Sean that Emily lied about flying to Miami as her car was found at a summer camp in Michigan. Stephanie overhears the conversation and informs her video blog viewers. One viewer sent her an email saying she saw a woman requesting a car in Michigan and suspects it might be Emily. Stephanie tells Sean about it, and just then he gets a call from Detective Summerly, who tells him to come to a lake in Michigan, as the police have found Emily's body at the bottom of that lake. Aggressive Nikki accuses Stephanie, seeing that she is the reason his mother died, and that she wants to be with his father, left out. Stephanie gets into a relationship. Later, Detective Somerville comes to talk to Stephanie and tells her that Emily and Sean have been fighting a lot. However, she disagrees and says that the couple was worried about their poor financial situation. However, Detective Summerly tells her that Emily had severe liver damage, a large amount of heroin in her blood, and that Sean had recently taken out a $4 million insurance policy on Emily, right before she disappeared. When he leaves, Stephanie finds an insurance file in Sean's room that says Sean asked Emily to sign it. Afterward, at the college where he works, she notices him hugging another woman at the lunch table. A certain someone says that he saw Emily at school today. However, Sean doesn't believe him and asks him not to lie. When Nikki goes to bed, Stephanie finds the bracelet she gave Emily while talking to Sean. About the bracelet, he says that Emily must have given the bracelet to someone before she disappeared, implying that she didn't like it, and says that Emily took out insurance for the future. Nikki, deciding to move in with Sean, removes all of Emily's things from the closet. But as soon as she returns, she finds that all of Emily's things are in their proper places. The next day, a certain someone gives Stephanie an envelope. They say it's from Emily. In the envelope is a photo with an insult about her relationship with her half-brother Chris. She then receives a call from Emily. She tells Sean about it, who tells her that she dreamed it because of stress. Later, Stephanie remembers that her late husband suspected her of cheating on him and may have intended to cause an accident to kill Chris. He sees that it was painted by an artist named Diana Hyland. Stephanie meets Diana, who reveals that the painting was actually of her sitter, Claudia, whom she describes as a pathological hijacker. The conversation leads Stephanie to a summer camp in Michigan, where she learns in a journal that Emily is this girl named Hope McClendon, who had a twin named Faith McClendon. Stephanie then visits a woman named Margaret, who is the mother of the twins. When Stephanie shows her the picture that is on Emily's desk, Margaret recognizes it as her daughter, Faith, and does not want to talk further about her daughters. Stephanie shows her audience a childhood photo of Emily that she found at summer camp and says that she went there to clear things up. It turns out Emily is alive. She watches Stephanie's video blog and is angry that she went to summer camp and found out the truth. Stephanie begins to investigate the insurance money that was taken out on Emily. Meanwhile, Sean is sitting at a coffee shop and Emily comes to see him. She informs him that she plans to take the insurance money and leave the country. When Sean returns home, he meets an insurance agent who received a call from Stephanie informing him that Emily has a twin sister. The insurance agent says that they are investigating whether Emily actually signed a document to receive the insurance money. Later, Stephanie meets Emily at the cemetery, where she reveals that she and her sister set the house on fire and killed their abusive father. After deciding to separate and reunite later, but Faith didn't show up, Emily built her career and family. But then, 14 years later, Faith showed up and began threatening Emily that she would confess unless Emily paid her $1 million. Stephanie assumes Emily drowned Faith in the lake, but she says Faith committed suicide. She also says it was Sean who planned the insurance scam. Emily frames him for allegedly abusing her and shocks the public with her appearance. She tells the media that Sean wanted her to fake her own death so he could get the insurance money, which gets her arrested and charged and released on bail. Back at home, Stephanie shows up there and makes sport of Sean in front of Emily to get her to confess that she killed her twin sister, counting on the police microphones to record her confession. But Emily guesses it's a setup, so she finds and cuts the wiretaps beforehand. She confesses to the crimes and holds the couple at gunpoint, telling them she'll kill them both and make it look like suicide. She shoots Sean in the shoulder and pulls a gun on Stephanie, but then Stephanie reveals that she has a hidden camera broadcasting everything that happens to her video blog. Emily tries to escape, but is hit by the car of Stephanie's friend Darren, and is arrested by the police afterward. Emily was sentenced to 20 years in prison. Sean was cleared of all charges and became a successful professor at a major university. Stephanie's video blog gained 1 million subscribers, and her success in solving Emily's case gave her a new idea. And now Stephanie is going to help solve crimes in her video blog as well. You are on the channel on Recap Roman. Don't forget to subscribe and put a like to not miss new videos.